What's going on, family? It's your guy Boro, the Lucky Libra. Thank you for tuning into another episode. As y'all can see by the title, we are starting the Signs Through the Ninth House series. All right, so we just capped off Signs Through the Eighth House. That was a deep series. All right, damn near every video is close to half an hour or over that. Okay, and now we've evolved out of the dark eighth house and we're entering the enlightened ninth house. Okay, so y'all already know the vibes, family. I appreciate if y'all like, share, hit that subscribe button. All right, so we could continue to build the community up. I'm gonna give y'all a second to do that. All right. That's why we like this. That's why we like this. All right, I know I could depend on y'all for that. Like, all right, and I appreciate everybody genuinely supporting and sending that good energy on a consistent basis for the kid. All right. Make sure to tap into my website if you'd like to connect with the Lucky Libra, and tap into my Patreon if you'd like to dive deeper. We got a lot going on over there. All right, just got some posts over there breaking down some energies with Mercury, since we're in Gemini season, working on a real nice synastry class for this month over there. So y'all go ahead and tap into the Patreon. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay. So the ninth house in our birth chart, what is the ninth house, right? Because we know every house represents an area of our life. So what is the ninth house? The ninth house is the house, this is the house of enlightenment. This is the house of education. Okay? This is another spiritually inclined house in the zodiac. So this house is going to show us, depending on the signs and planets you have in this house, that's going to show us a lot of what you're going to be intrigued by about learning in this lifetime. Is going to show the forms of education you revolve around, possible mentors and teachers you attract here, and coaches to teach you things. Traditions and cultures come out of the ninth house. Speaking of that, you know, this house dealing with foreign culture. This house is dealing with long distance travel. All right. This house is opposite the third house. So the third house is dealing with our local surroundings. The ninth house is dealing with things outside of our local surroundings. So this is what leads us into experiences. That's the key theme here in the ninth house, experiences. So we want to put that before education and philosophy. The experiences in this house is what develops these things. All right. Now, so yeah, experiences, philosophy, religion, education, traveling, cultures. We could see some influences with in-laws in here too, with in-laws. So we're going to get into that. But that's pretty much what we got going on in the ninth house. Once again, one of the more spiritually inclined houses in the zodiac. So we put Aries in here. So this is most likely my Leo risings. This is most likely my Leo risings. You may be a Virgo rising. You may be a Cancer rising. Yeah, it could play out like that. It could play out. I'm making sure I'm just getting that right. Yep. But most likely this is for people with Leo on the ascendant. But if not, this is for everybody that got Aries on that ninth house cusp. Now, before we get into it, it's important to understand where Mars is at. It's important to understand where Mars is at, because wherever Mars is at, this is going to be an area where you're going to be very studious at. This is going to be an area where you're going to be experiencing a lot in life. This area is going to help to develop a lot of the things that a lot of the philosophies that you develop in your life, a lot of your belief systems, and you're going to be educated a whole lot in that house. You know, this is an area that you're intrigued to learn about. So when we put Aries in this house off rip, we know Aries, cardinal fire, Mars, passionate. The I am, the individual, aggressive, gonna get theirs, gonna go right through it. Ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. Is direct, is blunt, right? So when you put Aries in the ninth house, these people are very independent when it comes to their spiritual journey. When it comes to developing their belief systems and their philosophies in this lifetime, they ain't considering what everybody else thinks their sense of belief should be. Oh no, they're definitely gonna trust their own individual journey to develop their philosophies in life. So, you know, regardless of what they, if they're religious, if they're spiritual, this, that, and the third, they got there because of their individual conviction. All right. And they will take the initiative, because cardinal fire, taking initiative, they will take the initiative to walk their own journey to figure these things out. And they can be competitive. So they can be competitive with their forms of spirituality to the point, you know, almost combative in a sense that they'll debate their philosophies and and points of their perspectives of spirituality or religion with you, but they won't force it on you. They don't care if you into it or not. That's their own individual thing. Wherever Aries is at in the chart, wherever we have Mars influences in the chart, aka the houses that you have Capricorn, Scorpio, Aries, and Mars in there, these houses are going to have a strong individual presence, or you're going to be manifesting situations to make you be more of an individual thinker in these houses. So regardless of the culture, tradition these people are brought up in, what they experience through school and whatnot, they going to start walking that individual path on their own. All right. They could have been a type combative in school. You know, because remember, Aries don't like Aries don't like people looking at it. Aries don't like when people look at them like they need help. It makes them feel vulnerable. They need to feel like, you know, because that makes them feel like they look weak. And you know Mars don't play that weak shit. So when it comes into the 9th house, they could have been kind of combative in school with teachers, you know. They could have had a strong passion here to excel in school. You know, you guys may manifest passionate teachers, damn near forceful teachers in your life, especially when it comes down to religion and whatnot. You know, your family and whatnot may have had a real strong presence when it comes to religion, and that may have been what you kind of rebelled against or forced you to find your individual way, because you may feel like I ain't get a chance to, you know, find my belief system or who I think God is or what I think spirituality is or what the right religion for me is, you know. But it may come through it may come through a situation of having a very passionate religious family or some shit. All right. But these people could be very stubborn too. Y'all could be very stubborn when it comes into y'all sense of spirituality and what educational credentials you guys have. It could kind of be very extreme. We know Mars, Aries can play out extreme energies. So once again, that can be positive or negative. It depends the situation, the scenario. And in this case, they're going to be very extreme with their form of education and their spirituality. You feel me? So if they're into astrology and crystals, good luck trying to tell them astrology ain't real. Them crystals is just dumb rocks that ain't gonna do nothing for you. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. You know, if they're Buddhists, good luck trying to get them to see other points of spirituality at times. Good luck with that. They have to have the individual initiative to want to go find out something else, evolve in a different way, in some type of shape or form. Aries don't care about what everybody else is doing. You feel me? If this is what I personally resonate with, this is what I personally resonate with. And speaking about competitiveness, aggression, these people can become real martyrs for their spirituality. All right. These are your spiritual warriors. You know, they'll fight for their spirituality here. We know Aries dealing with a sense of force. So they will fight for their spirituality here. They'll go to war for their spirituality. So you see, they'll fight for their independence. So you see people, you know, back in the day or in like certain third world countries and shit fighting for independence, or certain areas in the world where, you know, you know, in the Middle East and shit with terrorists and all type of shit. Even though I don't want to dive too deep into that, because there's all type of agendas going on with the powers that be and shit when you even say that word terrorist. But motherfuckers that's willing to die for their God, a lot of them got Aries in the 9th house, Mars in the 9th house. No bullshit. So definitely extremists in this area. So yeah, they're going to be very passionate about their philosophy, their education. They're going to be passionate. This could play out as a motivational speaker placement too. They could be really good motivational speakers here. When it comes to long distance traveling and experiencing things outside their local surroundings, experiencing different cultures and traveling, this house has a huge influence on traveling. They have to be cautious in how they travel here, because Aries is pretty much a get up and go type of energy. Sometimes it could lack the tact or planning. All right. So once again, this is another energy, not to downplay Aries, but this is another energy where it could be positive and negative. There's times in your life you need to stop thinking, stop planning so much, and get up and do, get up and go. That's Aries energy. But in this sense, this house has a lot to do with adventure, experiences. Remember, the sign in this house is something you're going to experience a lot of. So Aries, Leo, ascendants, they may experience a lot of being in combative situations in their life. They may deal with a lot of competition in their life. They may be really into things dealing with, excuse me guys, may be really into things dealing with competition. I don't like to just say Aries deal with sports. I think that's kind of real surface level in astrology to be saying that, deal with sports. I know so many Aries that don't give a fuck about sports. Is the sense of competition, not just sports. You could have competition in all type of areas of life other than sports. But I think it really gets associated with them because you know, when they are into sports, they some competitive motherfuckers. You know, Aries, they could be sore losers. Especially Leo ascendants. Because these people are very prideful. This makes for a very prideful influence when it comes to their forms of spirituality and education. But back to the traveling thing. You see how I said they get up and go? They can have an impulsive nature when it comes to experiencing things and adventuring things. So there's going to be times you kind of want to, especially when it comes to traveling, you kind of want to take your time and map things out to a sense, you know, so you just can prevent, you know, any negative type of occurrences that may come with the lack of planning and the lack of tact when it comes to experiencing new things. But so yeah, now this house also deals with aunts and uncles on the mother side for the man and aunts and uncles on the father side for women. So these relatives may be very individual, maybe selfish, or you know, in some type of shape or form, they're motivated about certain things in their life, about their life journeys and pursuits, and it could play out as an example of motivation for you. This house also has an influence on in-laws. Your in-laws may be very aggressive or maybe very single-minded about things to the point they if I had this alignment, Aries in the 9th house, and you know, I'm meeting my shorty's parents, you know, we engaged, about to get married, you know, they may be one of the parents, one of her guardians or whatnot, whoever raised her in some type of shape or form, might be very blunt and direct with my ass. Not even trying to dead ass. Just it could play out like this in certain instances. All right. So you may encounter that real single-minded, straightforward type of in-law here. Say it with a chest type of in-law. Once again, with the aunts and uncles on the mother side for the for a guy, aunts and uncles on the father side for a woman. All right, we got that going on. And then, you know, like I said, when it comes into the 9th house, these are going to be, the signs and planets here are going to be things that we're going to be naturally intrigued to learn about. We're going to be pushed into experiences. Once again, the 9th house experiences. We're going to manifest natural experiences around these energies to the point we're going to know a lot and be very wise. Well, hopefully over time, you develop wisdom with these energies, because the 9th house is here to help us develop wisdom through our experiences. And with Aries here, not only are they going to have a real independent, you know, a strong initiative to go and study what they want to study. Once again, they may be competitive in their field of education and spirituality, and they may dive into things dealing with psychology, because, you know, Aries is the I am. It is the I am, is dealing with the head area. Within the head, we have the mind, we have the brain. Things dealing with the head. They may want to study things with hair. Go to school for hairstylists and shit. Physical therapy. You know, physical therapy, that's another thing. You know, things dealing with the eyes, possibly dentists here. So, you know, things revolving around the head area, possibly the body, you know, helping with the joints and shit. So physical therapy could definitely be an interest here. And remember, guys, this is spirituality. So we don't have to condense the 9th house into school and college. Yes, these may be studies in school and college and things that they may be inspired to major in and whatnot. But this is what we learning in life, all right? And learning in life doesn't stop at no motherfucking college. So these are maybe the things that these people study on their own. They may study the psychology of man and woman on their own. They may study things about the eyes, your things inside the head, things dealing with your face, your skin, on the face, skincare, on the skin, face skincare, excuse me. Things dealing with the hair, these the things that they may be into, they study by default. But I can say all of this, but you got to know the house Mars is in, because that house Mars is in, I promise you, that's what you're going to be studying. That's what you're going to love to learn about. This is the house that you're going to be pushed to learn things in this area. You're going to be passionate about learning things in this area with the Aries 9th house. All right, guys. But it's funny how competition creeps into things dealing with education. It's like, let's say, come up with an example. Like, let's say, like people with this alignment may manifest situations where like they're in high school and they trying to get valedictorian, and the other two people that's trying to get valedictorian, like they just mad competitive, and they don't got no sportsmanship to their shit. They're like, motherfucker, I'm gonna get this valedictorian. Like, you feel that heat from them. You like, damn, nigga. Like, all right, fuck it then. Let's see. Let's what's up. Next week, you got a B-, nigga. A+ on my last exam is lit. So you start getting competitive with your peers in the educational field. You know, shit like that. All right, guys. But that's Aries in the 9th house in a nutshell, guys. So y'all already know the vibes. It's your guy, Bo, the Lucky Libra. If you want to dive deeper, I said dive deeper. If you want to dive deeper, tap into Dive Diva. That might be a name for something. I might write that down. She a dive diva. I don't know. It sounds like a song or something. If you want to dive deeper, tap into my Patreon. You know, if you want to connect with the Lucky Libra, tap into my website. I appreciate y'all. Leave a like. If you share, if you subscribe, help me build a community up, gang. Y'all know the vibes. I love y'all. Let's keep this ball rolling. Next, we picking it up with who? Taurus in that 9th house. Until next time, peace.